Namaste yogis, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. So we are going to start on the long end of the mat, standing at the center. And this practice is about joints and glands. So you want to have your Tadasana, so about fist distance. You can actually bend the knees, go ahead and measure your toes. You can have about fist distance, maybe fist and a half or even 2 fists, depending what your hips feel like, but don't go too wide. So once you find that alignment, allow your heels to go a little wider apart, and then for your knees, you want to make them stack over your ankles. Your hips, same thing, they go right over the knees, and when you look sideways to your posture, you want to make sure that your pelvis is neutral. So we have different alignment habits, and our bodies are built differently. So some of us, to bring the pelvis into neutrality, will have to stick the tailbone back to create that balance and have that arch on the lower back and make sure that your hip bones and your pubic bone are perpendicular to the floor. Some of us already have this, and some of us have it a little too far. So if that's the case with you, you might have to tuck your tailbone a little bit so that you can once again bring your pelvis to center. So whether you adjust this way or this way, just make sure that you don't overdo it, this tilt. Once you find your neutrality of the pelvis, make sure that your back is not helping. So sometimes the rib cage will pop forward. So we always talk about the rib cage landing over the hips to promote the elongation of the spine, but still have it neutral. Draw your shoulder blades together, relax your shoulders back and down, and bring your hands by your sides, palms facing forward. Close your eyes, slightly tuck your chin, not too much. You can actually stick your chin out, feel the elongation at the back of the neck, and then slightly tuck your chin in and press the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Don't let your head fall, and breathe once you are here. We're going to start grounding on our Tadasana, or mountain pose. Every part of your body is active, except for your toes. Your toes, you can let them relax, but make sure they do connect with the ground. Notice where in your body you're placing the weight, if it's left or is it right. Are you placing the weight on the inner or outer edges of your feet? Without physically looking, pay attention to the position of the kneecaps. Are they pointing forward, or you feel like your knees are inwardly rotating? So if that's what you feel, try to put a little more weight on the outer edges of your feet. Chances are that your knees are collapsing at the center, and lift the toes. Once you lift the toes, you might notice it is easier for you to bring the weight towards the heels. And once you do that, see if you can keep the weight over the heels, find your center of gravity, and then relax your toes once again onto the floor. Keep your shoulders stacked, legs are together, and allow them to move down so that your shoulders stay away from the ears. Maybe think about having cords coming out through your fingertips, and these cords are being pulled down towards earth. Your palms are facing forward to externally rotate your shoulders. Engage your panda. So like if you were holding going to the bathroom, you're going to lift the pelvic floor muscles, but you're not going to tighten a lot. It's not a squeeze, it's just a gentle lift. Like if you had a vacuum coming from the crown of the head all the way down and you turn it on, and then those muscles just gently lift. Now imagine you're placing the vacuum right at your tummy, your navel, and it's going inwards towards the spine and now up towards the rib cage. Then release your vacuum and just let it go, but keep that alignment, keep that engagement of those muscles. Notice how that might changes the position of your pelvis and your back, and maybe your balance becomes a little easier. Make sure your neck is relaxed, your jaw is relaxed. And now pay attention, how is that you are breathing today? And just like you do when you start your practice from the back, laying on Shavasana, you want to start unlocking your three-part breath, allowing the breath to go into the lower parts of your body, filling up into the sides of your body, and all the way into the upper part of your body and also the back body. So you want front, sides, and back. And you want your breath to start from the bottom to the top. And when you exhale, you want the energy move from top to bottom. We'll take 5 breaths here, rising. Falling. Rising. Falling. Rising. Falling. Rising. Falling. One more. Rising as you inhale. And falling as you exhale. Observe your breath. And when you are ready, open your eyes, relax your posture, and walk it out. Shake the tension off your feet. And still on your Tadasana standing. You can go by the wall, by the way, or if you have a chair handy or you're near a couch, just go stand next to it. If you don't feel like your balance is where you want it to be today, just sometimes we don't have to even hold onto the props or the wall. Sometimes just being nearby, it's enough for the mind to let us do the balancing. So as you take your next inhalation, still in Tadasana, you're going to go up on the balls of the feet. And as you exhale, release and bring the balls of the feet up. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, down and lift the toes and the balls of the feet. And inhale, heels up. Exhale, toes up. Find your rhythm. Sometimes going by the wall, remember, can make... Now, my hips did something right now to find my balance, so we're going to try to avoid bending at the hips to the best of our ability, even if the toes don't go too far up. And we're going to start getting a nice movement through the ankles. Stretch through your Achilles and through your calves. And when you're ready, release your heels down, walk it out, shake the tension off your feet. You can have your strap handy. Some of you might want to use it, some of you might not, and that's okay. So on your next breath, bring your left leg up. And we're going to make sure that we're not collapsing onto the right hip. Bring your knee up. You can place a strap and hold so you can stay upright. Some of you might hold onto the leg. It's up to you. Now when you're ready, you're going to rotate that left foot out to the left 20 times and breathe throughout. When you are done with your 20, release, walk it out, shake the tension off the right hip, and we're going to do the same thing on the right side. Hold onto the leg and rotate 20 times. When you're done with your 20, release, walk it out, shake it. And we do again on the other side. Inwardly, we're gonna rotate that left foot 20 times. When you're done with your 20, release, walk it out, shake the tension, and we do the same thing on the other side, inwardly 20 rounds. And awesome, when you're done, release, walk it out. We go again onto the left foot. You can have your strap to help you hold. You could do it without holding as well if it's easier for you. And we're do toe flexes for 20 times. And shake it, and we'll do the other side. And when you're done with your 20, release and shake the tension off. We go back onto the left hip. And now you can have your hands on your hips, on your waist, so you can bring your hands by your sides at a goalpost posture. Merudanda Mudra, if you're doing the arm position, we haven't warmed up the elbows, so you don't have to keep the elbows, the shoulders, so you don't have to stay here unless it feels okay, but you want your shoulder blades to move towards the center. So don't round your back, try to draw your blades together, push your elbows down, but don't let them go below the shoulders. If this is a no for your neck, your shoulders, hands on your waist or on your hips. So whatever works for you, when you're ready, remember, go by the wall if this doesn't feel right. You're gonna bring the leg, bend the knee, bring it up and out and back in. 20 of those. And when you're done with your 20, release and shake the tension off. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. When you're ready, squeeze your bum. Arms at a goalpost posture, Merudanda Mudra, and circle your hip 20 times. Remember to go by the wall if this feels too much. When you're done with your 20, release and shake the tension off. Rotate your shoulders back and down. Perfect. Once again, you can bring your hands on your hips, on your waist, or this time we're going to bring the arms at a T position, still Merudanda Mudra, thumbs point forward, blades together. When you're ready, shift the weight onto your right foot without sending the hip to the right. Bring your left leg off the floor and swing your leg 20 times. When you're done with your 20, come back to center, shake it. Other side. T position, maybe holding on the wall, other leg, lift slightly your hip, watch for the opposite side, and swing 20 times. And when you're ready, come back to center, release your foot down, walk it out, shake it, rotate your shoulders. Awesome. Now that our hips are ready, we're gonna work with our knees. So you do wanna watch this one. Remember, the wall is always an option. Bring your left leg up, hold onto the back of the leg, relax your foot, and do 20 circles out. Relaxing that knee, make sure it's not clicking. Tiny movements are okay. Like if you were circling your foot on a paddle or something, making circles with your toes. Whew. Or maybe they're triangles or rectangles. I don't know what shape your foot is doing. Mine is something weird, not a circle for sure. And then release, walk it out, and shake the tension, and we'll do the 20 on the other side. When you're ready, right knee up, relax your foot, and 20 circles. When you are done with your 20, release, walk it out, and shake it. Other side. The first circles we did it in. No, we did it out. We do it in now. When you're done with your 20 on one side, you're gonna do 20 more on the other side. So opposite side of what you did. So on one side, I did it backwards, so this time I need to do it out. So if you did it inwardly on this side, you're gonna do it out. It's gonna feel odd for you because I didn't say, so you probably went for the one that it felt natural to you. So this one will feel a little odd. All right. And they're 20. And when you're done with your 20, release, walk it out, shake the tension off. Perfect. Now walk your feet wide apart. Just comfortably, don't go too far wide. Those can be pointing straight forward or slightly out to the sides. Squeeze your bum, relax your shoulders, micro bend your knees, and when you're ready, rotate your body, your upper body, and you're gonna allow your hands to gently tap your back body. So gently tapping a little higher. You're not gonna do too hard. Massaging, and just all that vibration will reflect on your adrenal glands. So you want to be kind with your spine, so don't overdo it, because if you go too deep into the twist, you might start feeling this on your knees, and we don't want that. Keep that micro bend on the knees, and breathe. Feel your arms as they come up and back down. Make sure you are breathing. Those are not gripping. I think that's about 20, so we're gonna do right and left again, and come back to center. Relax your shoulders back and down, take a few moments. The next one, if you have high blood pressure, you wanna be careful you're not going too deep into the circle, and I highly recommend to you that you stay up if there is any concern with that, high blood pressure, heart condition, or eye pressure. So with your legs really wide, you want to make sure that your pelvis is neutral, whatever that means for you. For some of you will be a little bit of this, for some of you will be a little bit of that. All right, so from here, you're going to bring your hands on your hips. And when you're ready, circle your body from the crown of the head. Imagine you're being pulled up through a string, and you're gonna start circling your upper body towards the left. And we do 20 circles. If it works for you, you're gonna start taking this lower. If it works for you, you're gonna take it into a back bend. Count your 20, watch for those knees, watch for that back. There is no goal of making it look certain way. Remember, we can stay up here. You're gonna start feeling a little bit dizzy if you do the full circle, so be mindful of that. Don't let your head collapse. You're moving the whole, you're not keeping the hips stacked, all right? So you let your whole body go and you let your spine do its thing mindfully. When you are done with the spinal circles, come back to center, 20 of those. Take a few moments, hands by your sides, palms up, breathe. Walk it out if you need to, and then return to your wide standing position, wide leg standing position. Well, this position. And so we're gonna bring the hands on the hips. And now we're gonna circle towards the right. So 20 of those, start slowly, 20. And as you start moving, then you let your hips and your back tell you if you can go a little bit lower. If your back can go a little bit farther back. So you get stimulation of the spine. Your hips are stretching. The back bend, you want to be very, very mindful that you don't overdo this back bend. A little bit of a back bend is enough. Watch for your neck when you're pulling back. And when you are done with your 20, I'm not counting, I hope you are. When you are done with your 20, you're gonna come back to center. Relax here on your standing position. Close your eyes if you're not dizzy and observe your breath. If you're dizzy, just find a point in front of you and keep your drishti there, your focal point, and watch your breath. Don't let your mind wander. When you're ready, you may open your eyes, walk it out if you need to, and we're gonna go into this wide-legged standing position, shoulders back and down, arms to the side, Merudanda Mudra. Draw your blades together, inhale here, exhale, inhale. Other side, inhale. Center as you inhale, side as you exhale. You can give your knees a micro bend if that feels better. And you're going to go as fast or as slow as your body needs. Let's do 5 more. I think that will be about 20, I hope. And when you return to center from the left, release your hands, shoulders back and down. Watch your breath. I'll take one more breath here, full deep breath. And when you are ready, if your eyes are closed, open your eyes, bring your feet closer together, walk it out, shake the tension off your feet, move in any way you feel like moving, shake it, shake all the tension off. We're gonna move a little higher onto our shoulders. So we're gonna find Tadasana again. So you want to remember to stabilize your pelvis, make sure that your toes are not too wide and you want your feet parallel, the outer edges of your feet, and squeeze your bum to make sure your pelvis stays as stable as possible. Now from here, when you're ready, interlace your fingers into Usha Mudra and flip your palms forward. If this is too uncomfortable for your wrist for any reason, flip your palms towards you instead. So just make sure it feels okay. And if that's a no still for your wrist, keep your fingertips pointing ahead. All right, so any hand position that will work for you. And then reach your arms overhead. Shoulders back and down, squeeze your bum, weight goes to the heels, inhale here. And as you exhale, side bend towards your right. Inhale, center, and side bend towards the left. Inhale. That's 2 rounds, and we're gonna do 20 all together. 3, 4, 5, 2 more. And 10 more. When you are done with your 10, you're gonna come back to center, release your arms by your side, shoulders back and down, palms face forward, close your eyes, watch your breath, observe. Deep breathing here. Send the weight to your heels. Make sure that your pubic bone and your hip bones are parallel to the floor. And notice how that affects your lower back arch and your upper back. We'll take one more breath, full deep breath. And when you're ready, open your eyes, walk it out, shake the tension off. From here, you're gonna send the weight towards your heels. From your Tadasana, hinge from the hips, send your bum back. Don't send your knees forward, so think about sending the weight still on your heels. So your knees will stay slightly above the ankles, are not gonna go forward. If you start gripping your toes, your knees are gonna collapse to the center. So just make sure that you don't allow for that. Bring your hands on your thighs. If this doesn't feel right for you, walk to the wall and hold onto the wall and find a position against the wall that will work, all right? So if you cannot sit here because it just doesn't feel right, then go by the wall and don't go too low. You don't need to go too low anyways. Okay. Your knees will be 2 to 1 fist distance apart depending on your toes, and you're not gonna let them meet at the center. But once we have this sort of chair or Utkatasana position, or chair pose, watch for your back. Now as you take your next inhalation, hands either on the wall or against your thighs, press them against it. Try to keep your elbows extended or down on your knees, depending how low you are. And as you inhale, send your tailbone up, look forward or up. Exhale, tuck your tailbone round your back, let your head down. It's like cat-cows, but from Utkatasana. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. 20 of those. Siete, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, y 20. And when you're ready, walk your hands up the legs. Come back to your Tadasana. If you're not dizzy, palms face forward. Close your eyes. Watch your breath. Notice your heartbeat. This last one works with the thyroid gland. If you do the head movement, if you weren't feeling safe to do it as you were doing your cat-cows, we're gonna do it from standing to stimulate that the throat or the thyroid, the thyroid gland. So bring your hands either on your hips or by your sides. Make sure you feel stable. Go by the wall. And as you inhale, very slowly, very mindfully look up. Make sure this feels all right on the back of the neck. So when you look up, think about being pulled up and back. So you feel that elongation of the neck. Don't let your head collapse back. It's important. Feel the stretch of the front of your neck. And as you exhale, tuck your chin onto your chest. And we'll do it again. Inhale, up. Think about extending the front of your neck. And exhale down. No pinching sensation on the neck. If you want to stretch your eyes, you can take them as far back as they will go. And same thing, when you look down, take them as close to your nose if that works for you. Try to look at everything in your way towards the back. Last one. And bring your gaze forward. Close your eyes. If you're not dizzy, observe your breath. So Tadasana is your resting pose. And here, every time you go into it, every time you go within, you check once more, how is the balance? Can you feel a little more even? Do you feel that your hips land over the knees and ankles? How about your rib cage? Is it neutral or is it compensating in any way? Keep your face relaxed and really observe your breath. Awesome. When you're ready, open your eyes, walk it out, and shake the tension up. So our hips are ready for seated position. So when you are ready, you're going to find your way onto your seated position. So you can go onto cross-legged Sukhasana. You can have your props handy. So sometimes having a, blanket will help. Also, if you want to pat your feet or your knees, actually this one feels really good for me. Having just the one blanket under, you can pat each knee. Tilt your pelvis slightly forward, slightly tuck your chin. Take a few moments here, observe your breath. Don't let your mind wander. We will continue to work with the shoulder girdle and a little bit with your thoracic spine. So when you are ready, bring your hands in front of your chest and you're gonna curl your hands into gentle claws, not too thick, and you're gonna tap your chest. And as you inhale, open, draw your blades together, exhale, tap. And try to go across the upper part of your chest towards the collarbone. You open on the inhalation, you bend the elbows on the exhalation. It's not a tough thing. You're not going to be bruised at the end, so you want to be mindful of your clothes are very gentle. If you're doing your fast breathing, if that works for you, you can continue with that. Count your 20 and keep moving your hands in different directions across the chest every time you close them. Towards the center, towards the top. You want to have control of those arms by engaging your shoulder blades. You don't want to tap too hard. When you are done with your 20 rounds, your 20 breaths, you're going to come down to center, relax your arms, relax your shoulders back and down, observe. So this last one helps to stimulate the thymus gland. It's mostly on the left side, and you can tap with your right hand and do just gentle tapping across the collarbone, down the chest, towards the center. Make sure you are breathing. The thymus gland is in charge of the immune system. So this is just a little bit of a stimulation here. All of the movement that we have done so far promote the lubrication of your joints, the stimulation of your glands, and it also helps the lymphatic fluid to just move. So throughout the day, you want to remember to drink lots of water so that you can get rid of all of that stuff that you don't need anymore in your system. And then when you're ready, you may relax your hands, relax your shoulders, and take a few deep breaths. Observe. Notice that breath, that long, delicious breath. I'm going to take one more breath here, full deep breath. And when you're ready, bring your hands together at the center of the heart in Anjali Mudra Namaste position. So depending on your wrist, you're going to be super careful not to bring your hands too far down. If your wrists are not happy with the stretch, stay a little higher so you minimize the stretch. Put a little bit of pressure against your hands and allow your elbows to glide side to side. So we do this in realignment. We shift the Angelic Mudra side to side to get a nice stretch through the elbow, through the wrist. Some of you might go a little lower, but you do want to make sure that you're keeping gentle pressure in the whole palm, not just the heels of the hands, but the fingers as well. The pressure is gentle. Think about engaging your shoulder blades, and your hands can go as high up as you need them to be. All right. You can slow down your breath and move a little bit faster. We're going to do 10 more so that you do about 20. And when you're ready, come back to center, release your shoulders back and down, release your hands, relax and observe. The next one will challenge your elbows, your wrists in a different way, so you want to be mindful. So bring your hands, your fingertips to face down and the top of the hands together. So if this is the opposite, if this bend at the wrist is too much, you can go a little lower with the hands to minimize that stretch. All right? Or stay a little, don't close. If they don't close, that's okay. If the heels of the hands don't touch or your wrists don't touch. All right, so we're gonna do, once again, 20 of this. Count your own, close your eyes, breathe deeply. Try not to let your elbows drop. Notice how your shoulder blades, your collarbone are engaging your traps. Make sure that you're allowing your arms to help, but not do the whole work. You do want your shoulder blades to kick in. Find the stretch that will work for you. And when you are done with your 20 rounds, right and left, you're gonna return to center, release your hands, and relax. We're going to go into Adi Mudra, keeping the wrist neutral this time. Thumbs inside your fist and bring your knuckles against each other so you keep the elongation of the wrist. Like Hulk, you're going to bring your rings together, shoulders back and down. And as you take your next breath, move your elbows to the right as you exhale. Inhale, center to the left. Or slow down your breath and just do your movement as fast or as slow as you need. So you're gonna count 20 rounds, right and left. Just like you have been doing, you wanna make sure that your shoulder blades are engaging, that your shoulders stay away from the ears so you're not tensing your neck. Keep your jaw and your face relaxed and do not strangulate your thumb. And when you are done with your 20, you're going to come back to center, release your mudra, relax your shoulders back and down, and observe. I'll take one more breath, full deep breath. And lean back, extend your legs forward and shake the tension off. Move your feet side to side. So we're gonna stay here on Dandasana, but without the hands on the floor. You can keep your blanket under the legs if that feels right. And flex your feet, have your knees and your toes about fist distance apart. Remember that just like you did in Sukhasana, you want to have a neutral pelvis. Keep your shoulders over the hips. And bring your hands forward. This time, relax without closing the hands into fist. So as you take your next inhalation, you're gonna point your toes and allow your fingertips to push down. And as you exhale, flex your feet and your palms and your foot soles face forward. All right, so inhale, exhale. We'll do 20 of those. And relax. Relax your hands, your shoulders, observe your breath. You're gonna be mindful of your hip on the next one. On your next breath, bend your right knee and bring your knee in towards the chest. Flex your foot and breathe. Your opposite foot. When you take your next inhalation, extend your leg, And as you exhale, flex the left hip and bring the left knee towards the chest. Ready? Inhale, extend. You can have your hands in Usha's Mudra. Exhale, right knee in. Inhale, extend. And exhale, left knee in. We're going to do 20 rounds. This is the third one. Make sure this is not pinching your hip, that your feet are active when you bend your knee, and when your foot is extended, your arms are active, your shoulder blades engage to help that knee to come closer to the belly if that works for you. Next time your right knee comes up, stay here and breathe against the thigh. Roll your blades together, elongate your spine. Observe. Balance the weight on left and right. When you are ready, inhale, extend your leg, other leg up. As you exhale, once again, elongate your spine, watch your breath. When you are ready, inhale, extend your legs, and as you exhale, shake the tension off, move side to side. When you are ready, gonna bring yourself back onto Sukhasana. This time you're gonna cross your legs the other way. So the first time you probably went onto the side that feels right for you and natural, so this one will feel odd. So usually the non-dominant side, the non-dominant leg now has to go in front, usually. Or maybe not, that's not what you did, just check how it feels. All right, so from here, hold onto your knees, roll your shoulders back and under, tuck your chin onto your chest, and just move across the collarbone side to side. So getting a nice stretch across the cervical spine, your upper back. You move at your own pace and you allow your body to find the places where you need to stretch a little more. You can just bounce on the spot, do the same thing on the other side. And when you're ready, come back to center, bring your gaze forward and move your nose side to side, like saying no. Do not overdo the stretch, but do find those places of tension. And once again, if you find any spot, you can bounce on the spot gently and then do the same thing on the other side. And when you're ready, come back to center. And just like we did from standing, watching for your neck, don't let it collapse. Stretch the front of your neck. You can send your chin up a little bit. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. And next time you release your chin on the chest, come back to center, relax your shoulders back and down. Finally, we're gonna go onto our butterfly position or Supta Konasana. So shake the tension of your knees, move your feet, relax your legs. And when you're ready, bend both knees, bring your foot soles on the floor. And you can hold onto both knees and lengthen through the spine for a few moments here. Use your arms to help that contraction of your tummy, and use your prop to help your tailbone lift. Keep your shoulders away from the ears. And on your next breath, be mindful as you bring your knees out to the sides and allow your foot soles to touch. Now, we're gonna do gentle bounces, very gentle, you guys. You don't want to upset your knees or your hips. You can hold onto your ankles, you can bring your hands behind you. If this doesn't work for you, some of you may hinge forward a little bit and hold either onto the ankles or the toes, and we're gonna do 20 bounces. Press the top, the crown of the head forward and press the tailbone up. And when you are ready, from flapping your butterfly wings, you're gonna stay down, let your knees stay down and watch for the stretch. Don't overdo it. Shoulders down, hold and breathe. And when you are ready and with control, let go of your feet. Help yourself up to an upright. If you hinge forward, allow your knees to come up, extend your legs, bounce them, shake the tension. And we're gonna go onto our backs. You can have your blanket under your head. And relax on your Shavasana. So that last one was your equalizer. So you are welcome to find your Shavasana right away. If you feel like you need something else, like hugging your knees, rocking side to side, or happy baby, or any other stretch, please go for it. If you do go for extra massages, you may want to do a final butterfly position at the end to reset your hips and your back. Scan your body from bottom to top when you relax on your Shavasana, relaxing your toes and foot soles. Relax the top of your feet. Relax your ankles. Relax your lower legs. Soften your knees. Relax your thighs, relax your buttocks. And sometimes the big muscles take longer to release, so you can squeeze your bum and your legs and tense and then let them go. Relax your back, your rib cage, let it settle down onto the floor. You may elongate your neck, pushing your head back a little bit. That feels good for some people, not everybody. So if your body appreciates that adjustment, you can go for it. Bring your hands by your sides, palms facing up, maybe blades together, and then release them down. Any adjustments that your body calls for, go for it. Wiggle until you find that place where you can just allow your body to ground, to be heavy, and pay attention to the areas of the body that are connected to earth. Relax your jaw and your face. And then return to your breath, observe. You can stay on your Shavasana for as long as you need. You could pause the video and resume when you're ready to seal our practice together. Otherwise, we'll take one more breath here. And exhale, let all the air go. Wiggle your toes and fingers. Move your feet and hands. Stretch your arms overhead. And tense and stretch and squeeze every muscle from toes to fists. Prune face. Exhale, release. We'll do it again. Point or flex your feet and squeeze and tense and stretch. Tight, tight, tight. Prune face. Exhale, relax. Last one, make it count. Point or flex and squeeze. And release. Move onto your side when you're ready. Take a few moments once you get there. And use your top hand to slowly help yourself up on your next exhalation. You can use your props again to sit up tall or find any comfortable seated position that will work for you. Remove the extra flesh from underneath. Stack your shoulders over the hips. Bring your hands together at the center of the heart. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. We're going to take a breath together before we seal our practice with the vibration of Om. Inhale, deeply expand. Exhale. Inhale to Om. Om. Relax your jaw, your face. Inhale to the top of your lungs and expand. Side out. Again, inhale. Side out. Last one, breathe in. Let all tension out. Tuck your chin on your chest and blink your eyes open. Rub your hands together, build up extra good vibes. Shower yourself with those all around you and shake off all tensions and all stresses. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Have a wonderful day, yogis. Namaste.